Okay,
All right.
you are live.
Alright, cool. Hey, what's up, guys? Let's jump right in. Alright, time will start in 5. Okay, actually, not yet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Alright, so first level, POA. Time to just hold W for a bit, get to Captain Keys. And yeah, so this is legendary. I'll probably die a bit. I could die like 0 times or like 100 times. You never know, so we'll see.
Secure those blast doors. Move! Move!
Yep. Legendary is a pretty ruthless difficulty overall. So, especially because of the nature of this category, expect multiple deaths. Should be fine though, as long as we get checkpoints.
So if we go into a trigger and step back out, we get teleported in front of Keys, and he gives us a loaded pistol, an unloaded pistol, because he's a great captain. And if we leave the bridge fast enough, we skip getting the pistol and these grunts that spawn here.
Those Marines could use some help, Chief. Do what
And now
you
we
do
just
best.
kind of run through some enemies and hope we don't get wrecked.
So in all of these sections, we're going to basically just run straight through all the grunts and hopefully not get blocked by enemies, or else stuff like that happens.
Of course I get the single worst possible spawn immediately. That usually never happens, but you know, marathon.
Yeah, that's pretty unlucky RNG right now.
Let me know if I could read a donation quick.
Yep.
Alright, we got $20 from Dizdon. Saying, let's get that money raised and get Aragorn to the top, baby.
Let's go. So we're gonna back smack this guy. We have a lot of plasmas, that's really good.
Yeah, so in this level we rely a lot on grenades.
Keep your head
So,
down, there's 2 of us.
Especially because the grenades themselves, they can kill a large amount of enemies
Keep your
really
head down,
easily,
there's 2 of us in here now,
and they can
remember?
also distract enemies by making them stare at the grenade rather than you, allowing you to get through some sections a lot smoother than others.
This section can be really rough. Do I get a checkpoint? No checkpoint? Okay, that's awkward. Looks like we'll be fine though. Hopefully? Okay, nice. You can die like super easily there, and you get reverted really far back.
Yeah, that room is one of the hardest rooms on this level, so it's good to get past there pretty smooth.
Covenant, on the landing above us.
And right here,
Rip.
we're doing a nade jump,
Covenant,
and
on the landing above us.
hopefully this will get us past all these enemies really quickly, because going up the stairs makes you very likely to die just regularly.
Grab some nades here.
And right there you see Maxlew throw a plasma grenade, and he does this and you can see the elites stare at the grenade. For some reason they don't react to it at all, they just look at it for a couple
The life
seconds
pods
and
are
then
launching.
blow up.
We should hurry. Warning.
Usually I'm
blast
supposed
doors
to
closing.
lower my FPS here and do a
Perhaps
skip,
use
but it
maintenance
seems like
access
my
points.
program's not
Follow
working,
the
so
nav point. It will lead you to an
that's fine.
overflow.
It only loses like 5 seconds.
The Covenant are destroying the life pods. They really don't want us on that ring.
Who needs a flashlight? It's 2019.
Yeah, obviously.
Hey there, so they don't chase you.
It looks like the Covenant wanted to catch you napping.
Yeah, this level is pretty devoid of tricks in comparison to all the other levels. So in the next couple levels you'll start to see more and more tricks that become even like very, very impressive tricks, right?
Alright, just throw a couple nades here. Shoot that grunt. Never mind, he didn't do what he usually does. That's fine. Boom, that's POA. Not bad.
Chief? Chief, can you hear
Alright,
me?
now the second mission, Halo.
At last.
It's kind of a
Are you
whole W
alright?
simulator for
Can
the
you
first
move?
part.
The others. The impact. There's nothing we can
We're
do.
actually gonna do a skip right here.
Warning. I've detected multiple
Yeah,
Covenant
so what
dropships on
Maxlew
approach.
is gonna do
I
right here
recommend
is
moving
a
into those
grenade
hills.
jump.
If we're lucky,
And what this
Covenant will believe
does
that everyone
is it
aboard this
skips
lifeboat
a
died in
wave of
crash.
enemies that normally comes on your walking path right here. This includes a Banshee spawn and dropship with a lot of enemies.
And also,
Basically makes this section really easy to get through.
one thing I'll be doing this entire run, if you are low on ammo and a gun, if you double tap reload and switch guns, your gun will reload in your backpack. It's called backpack reloading. It's literally the best trick in the entire run.
Yeah, it's especially useful on Legendary with you needing as much ammo as you can at all times. So if you have like an empty magazine or something, it's really, really difficult
I'm
to
reading a
get through
lifeboat moving
certain
over the next
sections
hill.
of the game.
We should check to see if there are any survivors.
So here we just want to clear out everything and not die. I don't have any plasmas, that's kind of scary. Hopefully this guy drops some. Oh, okay, he didn't drop any. That's... Oh, I have two, okay. Come on, Marine.
Okay. So now here Max is going to kill some Marines. And these Marines, the reason why we killed them here is because they give lines of dialogue which make the dropships really slow to spawn. So it takes quite a while for them to come down, and it also allows us to do a skip called drop skip by skipping one of the dropships.
Just want to clear these dropships out as fast as you can. Get plasmas if you see any. That's pretty good. It's always nice to snipe this grunt. Can we do it? No. Just toss 2 nades here.
Yep, just basic clearing of the ships by insta-killing them by using the nades.
Here we can snipe all the grunts out, shoot through the ship. Got one. Uh-oh. Did they die? Okay, nice.
Yep, and that should be drop skip.
Did we get it? Yeah, we got it. So usually, if you don't get it, another ship spawns here, but we just skip it entirely if we go fast enough. So now we just have to kill this one. I'm kind of late though, so that's not good. He's a legend. There we go. Alright, Echo 419.
Anybody reading me? Repeat.
Best character in the game.
NCONFC personnel respond. Roger, Echo
So
419.
now we're
This is
just
Sergeant
restocking
Charlie. We read you.
on
Is that you,
grenades and
Foehammer?
ammo, just for the
Roger,
next
Fire Team
sections.
Charlie. Good to hear
Kill this
from
guy,
you.
see if he gives us a frag.
Foehammer, we need transportation
Nope.
to the command shuttle. I'm on my way.
Echo
Move.
420.
More lifeboats. They're coming in fast.
Another important part to mention is it's important to kill the Marines
Foehammer, we need you to
in a
disengage
specific
your
way,
warthog. The
because
Master
if
Chief and I are
they
going to see
if
we
you
can
kill
save
them
the
and they
soldiers.
get angry at you, you get
Roger, Cortana.
aggro Marines, and it's really
Okay,
difficult
Charlie
to
Team,
finish the
warthog
mission.
deployed. Saddle
After
up
that,
and give
you
'em
need
hell.
a lot of really good combat.
Roger, Foehammer. Stand by to evac survivors and
So
transport
it's
them
really
to
good
safety.
that he doesn't have aggro Marines
That's
here by
affirmative.
killing
Echo
the
419,
Marines with
staying on station.
grenades.
Foehammer out.
Natural
This cave
formation.
is not a natural formation. Someone built it, so it must lead somewhere. I've hacked into the Covenant battle network.
I actually disagree with Cortana.
Actually
This looks very
broadcasting
natural to me,
tactical
so
data on
I don't know what's wrong with
unencrypted
it.
channels. We should show them who they're dealing with. Master Chief, I'm going to use your suit's transcom system to monitor their chatter.
Alright, so here we're gonna do a fling. So I'm gonna ram my Warthog against a wall and get out at the same time, and it'll shoot me up. Or I could die if I do it wrong. Nice. Kill this Marine. If he's alive, he can cause problems later, so.
Yeah, and normally when you press that bridge button, or the button to activate the bridge, you get a cutscene, but because the enemies are aggroed and are shooting at you, it skips the cutscene, saves 30 seconds.
There's new traffic on the Covenant battle network. A lot more crew made it off the Autumn than I had predicted. The captain
And now
really
from
gave
here,
them hell.
it's basically just driving
If we
to
can find
each of
Captain
the
Keyes
next
and
3
the other
areas.
survivors, we have a chance to coordinate an
Yeah, so
effective
we're actually gonna
resistance.
kill all the Marines here. It just speeds the level up a bit, so we don't have to kill any Covenant.
Also right here, Maxlew is going to take a specific path, because you can go to the next 3 areas in any order, but by going to them in this order, it is the fastest because each of the areas has a specific number of dropships to clear, and we can skip the first
Lifeboat
2
detected.
areas dropships
No
by
sign of
killing all the
survivors.
Marines, and it basically skips the objective, because even though we failed the objective, it technically counts as a pass.
Maybe they took
For
cover
some
in that
reason.
structure. Let's check it out.
It's pretty interesting.
Another fling here. I don't
We
have a
should
frag,
search the
so
interior of those structures before we leave.
these Marines are gonna be kind of weird to clear out. Let's try and stick this guy. Oh, he dodged. Kill him. Nice, okay, that's really good.
Yeah, it's important to not shoot any of those Marines as well, because it will give you aggro Marines. So that was the first area
We should
completed
search the interior of
by
those structures
just
before we
killing all
leave.
the Marines instead of clearing all the enemies. And now we come to the second area, and it's important to do this area by killing the Marines, because if you try to just do the objective regularly, there's probably 6 or 7 dropships worth of enemies here. It's quite an insane number. So we skip all those waves.
There we go, they're aggro. You want to wait for these guys to be mad at the Covenant, or else you can get aggro Marines, which is really bad. This guy's a legend, he sidesteps all day. There we go. So I'm gonna wait like a
Survivors
little bit
detected.
here. If I don't wait long
Marines
enough,
are
I can get
concealed in those
soft locked at the end, which is the worst thing that can happen. Sounds like they died, so we're good. Hopefully we don't get soft locked.
So now we're approaching the final area as well, and basically, because
There are some
to complete
Marines
this
hiding in
area
the
we
hills
have to
above the
actually
structure.
kill the enemies in
Yep.
order to complete the mission. So
Yep, this
that's
guy.
what we're doing. Yeah, so we get a Marine on the Warthog's turret.
What are you doing?
He
You have
really
to stay with
helps
the
out
Marines.
by attracting a lot of enemies, and he does deal a decent amount of damage.
We read you, Fohammer.
And we got the
And
dialogue.
We were unable
Oh, sorry.
to save the Marines.
Yeah.
We're going to try to
Sorry,
find
we got the
final
dialogue, so
lifeboat
that means
now.
we're not soft locked, so we're good. These guys are hiding. Red elites are kind of cowards, honestly.
How'd that feel? Keep it up, boys.
There we go.
Covenant bastard.
My Marines actually killed something. That's not something you see every day.
Yeah, the Marines normally are pretty bad at killing things, so it's quite impressive when they do what they're supposed to do.
More where that came from. Keep it up.
There's one more. What? Okay. And then we just kill the Marines because it's fun.
Roger that. I'm on my way.
And that's Halo.
New traffic on the Covenant BattleNet. I found Captain Keyes. He's being held on a Covenant cruiser. The Truth and
That's a
Reconciliation.
good time.
A ship I
Next level
disabled
TNR.
before we abandoned the Autumn.
Literally the best level in the game.
The Truth
Yep,
and
TNR,
Reconciliation touched down on a desert
definitely
plateau
one of
roughly
the
300
most
kilometers
trick-filled
upstairs.
and combat-filled levels. It's really, really cool to watch.
There's our ride. Get aboard and let's get out of here.
Hopefully no game crash. There we go.
The enemy has captured Captain Keyes and are holding him aboard one of their cruisers, the Truth and Reconciliation. The ship is currently holding
Alright, so now we get to kill
position
things.
approximately 300 meters above the other end
Time
of this
for the
plateau.
Halo experience. Let's go.
So how do we get inside the ship if it's in the air? The Corps issued me a rifle, not wings.
This is the level I'll probably die most, other than two betrayals.
Between the ship and the surface. That's
Yep, this level and two
Once we get inside the
betrayals are
ship, we should be
probably
able to
the
lock onto
hardest
tracking
levels
signal
to
from
survive
Captain Keyes'
in
neural implants.
overall.
Hit 'em,
And
Marines.
POA
Go, go,
if
go.
you
The Corps ain't
count
paying us by the hour.
doing fast
Stick to the higher
strats
ground to the right.
overall.
We should be able
So you
to
kind of just want to
recon
run
the
through here and
position
kill
without
things
being
like
spotted.
really quickly,
I've detected
and then
Covenant
before they even know what's
stationary
going on,
guns
you
in
just
the
want to
next
get past
pass.
them.
I recommend
Kill these
using a
guys.
sniper rifle to take out the gunners while I call for Marine
Get
support.
plasmas. That's really good.
Yeah, Maxlew makes this area look a lot better than usual. It's actually one of the most difficult portions of the game right here.
This section is really rough. I didn't get a good elite spawn, so I have to go around here, kill this guy. Nade the turret. Blue elite should come around, kill him. Oh boy. Oh, they're not scared. Okay.
Covenant forces detected
I'm dodging. No. Why?
Oh,
Okay, so usually when you
yeah,
kill,
it's a very, very difficult.
Stick to the higher ground to the right.
usually when the
Should be
elites
able
die
to
there, the
recon
grunts don't
Covenant
run
position
away.
without
But
being
no,
spotted.
instead I have like 17 needler grunts deciding to kill me. That's always fun. But that's fine. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah, that was a pretty unfortunate death. Generally, when an elite dies, or like the highest ranking enemy dies, all the rest of them should scatter. But sometimes it just doesn't happen because they don't see you for some reason.
And that was the worst RNG possible as well. It's fine though.
Marines, go, go, go. The Corps ain't paying us by the hour.
Stick
That's
to
the
higher
problem with this
ground to the
area.
right.
Like most of the time
Should
you
be
get
able
through
to
first
recon
try,
the
no
Covenant
problem.
position without being
Sometimes
spotted.
that happens, and then you just get wrecked. I'm sure we'll get through this time though. There's no doubt about it. And that's pretty much just legendary in a nutshell. Just running through things, hoping you don't die. Kill these jackals. There we go. Okay, we got the good elite, so now we have no problems. The grunts are running away. They're all scared. Kill these guys. And this time we don't even take damage. So,
Covenant forces detected up ahead.
easy peasy.
The path up on the left should
Yeah,
lead us-
Legendary is filled with these moments where you do the same strat each time, and sometimes you die, sometimes you don't. It's pretty much a lot of RNG in the level.
And here we have lift fight. This is probably the hardest section of the entire game. I have a lot of shields and health, or a lot of health, so I should be fine. If you have one bar, you can die like immediately every time though, so. Kill these guys while you're invisible. Where's the jackal? There he is.
Yeah, so what Max is going to do right here for this fight is he's going to insta-clear or try to insta-clear all the enemies that come down the
Alert!
lift,
Covenant dropships are
and
inbound.
it's pretty difficult because you have to have really good aim for this sector.
You want to make sure you kill all the elites as they come down. Everything else dies super fast. Nice. That's it. Now we just clean up. And boom, we're good.
We're directly under the ship now.
Yep, that was a pretty good lift.
Right, are we bad or what? If we're gonna board that thing, we need a plan.
Kill these hunters.
The Covenant use a gravity lift to move troops and supplies between the ship and the surface.
Their hitboxes are not the best, as you can tell.
Ambush them at the
But that's
gravity
fine.
loading zone and use the lift to enter the ship.
Yeah, if you hit the hunter in the back with one shot of a sniper rifle or a pistol, it normally dies.
We've secured the area. Let's square away the grav lift. Marines, prepare for boarding action.
Alright, time for belly skip.
Yes, sir.
Once we're inside
Yep,
the ship,
coming
I
up
can
here
hone
is
in on
a
the captain's
trick
command
that was
neural interface.
discovered
They'll probably be
last
in
year
or near the ship's
or
brig,
around
ship narrow access.
9 months ago.
We're in.
Basically, this
I've got a good
area
lock on the
you
captain's
have to
CNI
fight
transponder.
around
No Covenant
10
defenses
waves or
detected.
something. Like a lot of waves of enemies
No covenant
that just
here.
come
Think maybe
by,
nobody's home.
and then you have to walk through another section in particular, which is pretty rough. But by doing this skip here, by blowing up the Wraith and getting inside of it, you can teleport to the ceiling. And then by doing some tricky platforming here, you can skip this entire room.
I almost fell off. That was scary. We're good though. Being really careful here. Do not want to fall off. Should be good. Nice, we're in there. And I killed that Marine, by the way, because at the end of the level you need the Marines to be mad at you, and that just kind of speeds it up a bit.
Yeah, so the next trick coming up is TNR stack. Basically, normally you have to clear this entire room of enemies that Max is entering here. And because of how many enemies there are and the number of floors you have to climb up, it's normally a section that takes a really long time. But by doing this nade stack right here, he can just get to the top and skip all of that.
Time to clean up this room. You can die like really fast here. It can get kind of scary.
So in order to progress this section, you have to kill all these enemies for the door to open. Same thing with the next room that Maxlew will enter.
It's Jackal, he's running away. What is he doing? Get back. No!
Oh, that's pretty epic. Yep, and Maxlew wants to kill as many of these enemies as he can, because he has to go back the same path, and if any of these enemies are alive, it makes this exit section way harder than it is already.
Can we get the collateral? Can we get it? Nice, let's go. You want to kill these camo elites first, then get the grunts? And now we just have to make sure Keys does
We
not
should
die.
head back to the shuttle
Sometimes he
bay and
grenades
call for
himself,
evac.
and that's always fun. So he's chasing us.
Basically, you just want to kill all these enemies so none of your Marines die here, especially Keys. And by doing the grenade stack earlier, we skip a trigger where normally you would have to complete the mission in like a different section here. But by doing the stack, it skips that trigger and ends the level early. And by killing one of those Marines and getting those Marines angry at you, it skips a lot of dialogue that's supposed to happen, around like a minute or so of dialogue. And once Maxlew kills these sword elites, the level should be complete.
Sometimes those guys are really hard to see and they just sword you in the back. It's not fun. Alright, SC, second
Now,
best level.
SC. This level is
The
really
Covenant
amazing.
believe that what they call the
It's a
silent
pretty short
cartographer
level
is
overall,
somewhere under this island. The
and
cartographer is a
it
map
has
room
some of
to
the
lead us to
coolest
Halo's
tricks in the.
control center. The island has multiple structures and installations. One of them
I hope you guys
contains
like
the
long
map
walks
room.
on the beach.
We're approaching the LZ. It's gonna be hot. Get set to cut out swinging. Touchdown. Hit it, Marines.
Go, go, go!
Also, I'm not sure if Kronos mentioned this, but anytime there's like uphill or downhill, if you jump, you actually save a little bit of time. So I'll be doing that like anytime I'm going up or downhill. Saves like 4 seconds the entire run.
Yeah, it's such a small, unnoticeable time save, but it's there.
Just a long walk on the beach, good stuff.
Yeah, so Maxlew's gonna grab
Looks
this
like there's a
warthog
path
here.
into the interior of
And
the
normally in this level, you're supposed to activate like a button at the center of the island to open a door that's going to become locked, which Maxlew's going to. But we're going to skip that door using a trick called Warthog Flick. And then we're going to do a series of tricks
There,
really
in the cliff wall.
quickly.
island. I'll bet the silent cartographer is somewhere inside that facility. The Covenant are putting up a real
Alright,
fight.
hopefully we get this
The
first try.
cartographer must be here.
Line
Don't
it up.
let them lock the doors.
Eject. Boom. Shoot here to not watch a cutscene.
Then Maxlew falls at a precise spot to not take damage. And this skips walking down all the ramps and stairs, which is a pretty lengthy amount of time. He presses the button to like activate like the end level sequence, I guess you could say. And now he's doing a trick called Stick Stack. It's a bunch of nades at very precise locations, and this should blast him all the way to the top.
Then we're doing a
Oh,
second stack right here.
that's-
That was close, by the way.
Yeah, that was really. So now here's a second stack to get to the very top.
Interesting. I underestimated the Covenant's understanding of Halo's
Is the elite alive?
subsystems.
Oh, he's alive.
They've locked the doors. And we don't have enough
So I need to run this guy
firepower
over.
And
to-
now
Cortana to Keys.
that was very clean.
Go ahead, Cortana. Have you found the control
So
center?
now once Maxlew reaches the top of the
Covenant
stairs,
have impeded
or
our
the
progress.
ramps
We
here,
can't proceed unless we can disable this
this
installation's
triggers the
security
Pelican to
system.
come, and the level
Cortana to Echo
ends
419.
pretty soon after.
Chief and I are topside, requesting pickup.
Easy win.
Understood. We're still en route to the objective.
Kobe.
I may be out of contact when we get there. Here are your orders. I want you to use any means necessary to force your way into the facility and find Halo's control center. We have to get to the center before the Covenant. Failure, people, is not an option.
Chrono strats.
Okay, so this level is AOTCR, or Assault on the Control Room, and normally this level is one of the hardest
Roger
levels
that. We'll be
casually,
able to find our way to the
but
control center from here.
with
Good luck. Full hammer
a couple
out.
tricks here, it's a really fast level, and it's way easier than playing it casually.
Yeah, casually this level would take probably an hour on Legendary. We do it in like 5 minutes, so. You just want to run through everything here, don't die. Very nice.
And coming up is a really cool AI manipulation trick. So there's a Banshee on this level
Interesting.
where it's
The weather
just flying
patterns here seem
around,
natural, not artificial.
but
I
by
wonder if
lining
Ely's
up at
environment
the right
systems are
spot
malfunctioning, or if the
and
designers
crouching
wanted the
at a
installation to have inclement weather.
very precise moment, it causes the Banshee to fly in a circle and ram itself in the door,
I didn't think there
and
were any
by
human
moving
forces left on this
correctly,
part of the ring.
the elite just
Cortana to 5
ejects
Team Zulu. I
and
read you.
get the
5
Banshee
Team
for
Zulu,
free.
this is
Easy
Cortana.
win.
Hold position. We're on our way.
And because of this, you can basically fly to the end of the level, and because you didn't hit a certain trigger in the level which spawns enemies, there's no enemies for the rest of this level. But despite like flying a Banshee being pretty fast, there's another trick which was discovered fairly recently as well, called Banshee teleports. And this allows you to teleport from one location to another by using a Banshee, and it can teleport you very long distances.
And if you fail it, you actually lose a lot of time, so hopefully I got this checkpoint delay right here. If you see checkpoint, that's very bad. Come on. Okay, nice, we got it. So now instead of losing 2 minutes, we'll lose like 20 seconds if I fail it. And I'm gonna shoot here pretty much until we get there to delay it. And now we just fly to the end. And we blow up the Wraith. Let's go. Nope.
Is this hallway a natural formation, Maxlew?
I'd say yeah. Well, we should ask Cortana. She knows exactly what natural formations are. Okay, there we go. Checkpoint. Very nice.
So we're going to fly the Banshee inside here. And it's pretty difficult to fly through these hallways very quickly. And then by meleeing the Banshee at two precise spots and moving in a specific way, you can teleport. So hopefully he's aligned here. Should be
This
good.
might be too far left, but we'll see. That was too far right? Okay, well, that's awkward. That's the problem with
yeah.
this trick. That's fine.
Yeah, it's a pretty precise trick.
When you think
Good
you're
thing
too... Oh, sorry.
checkpoint delay was there.
But yeah, when you think you're too far left, you're actually too far right. It just doesn't make sense half the time. I just don't understand. That's fine though, it's very little time loss.
Yeah, if Maxlew didn't delay the checkpoint, he would have reset all the way to the second button that he pressed, and that would have been pretty far.
Yeah, we would have had a lot of time to hold W. And now, another teleport. This one's way easier. It's like impossible to fail. Like literally impossible.
Yeah, normally like the level ends once you open all the doors in your way, but the doors take forever to open. So this teleport saves quite a chunk of time here.
And we're at the end. Fail incoming. Alright, now we're on 3438. If you were a kid and played this game, you were probably scared to death of this level, so.
The last transmission from
Let's,
the
meet the
captain's
flood.
dropship was from this area. That was over 12 hours ago. When you locate Captain Keys, radio in, and I'll come pick you up.
So we're actually gonna skip like a minute of gameplay by doing a jump here.
Yeah, normally you would have to walk in a pretty wide semicircle of sorts through like multiple enemies, I believe. But by doing that grenade jump, you can just skip all the way to basically the entrance of the cave.
And the Covenant are getting shot by invisible ARs that you can't see.
Yeah, those ARs that are shooting are just floating randomly in the air. There's like no body attached to them. It's pretty funny. Okay, so coming up is a trick called reveal skip. Basically, we're skipping a room, which is the reveal room, where you get to learn about the flood. So by doing this grenade jump here, and
Wow.
some pretty precise platforming.
So my nade bounced a really weird way, so I couldn't really line it up correctly. There we go. Much better. Should get a checkpoint. Nice.
Here we go. So that skips probably a minute to 2 minutes of gameplay.
Usually you'd see
Basically,
like... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh yeah, basically there's the reveal room where you would normally kill a bunch of popcorn flood, or infection form floods. And that normally takes quite a while because there's many waves of them. Also Camo Jumo, by the way.
Kamajumo. Hardest trick in the game. Getting this plasma rifle helps a lot because it'll help us kill sentinels later that we need to kill. Hopefully I did it fast enough so my invisibility does not run out. So this part I can die really easily, just need to not get shot.
Yeah, normally you're supposed to be on top and you activate a bridge, but by doing that nade jump you skip enemies that spawn at this elevator room.
This is Echo 419. Chief, is that you? I lost your signal when you disappeared inside the structure. What's going on down there?
Grab the
I'm
shoddy.
tracking movement all over the place.
And now Max is going to make his way to the end of the level here, and there's multiple ways which the level can end. The best one, and the one that most people use for legendary runs, is to kill the sentinels, as the sentinels are tied to the end trigger of the game. Other ones include like being 1 red at health, which makes you very likely to die on legendary.
This part is really rough.
Killing enough enemies or leaving the area. But I believe being 1 red and leaving the area are not like, they're not ways to end the level on legendary in particular.
So that went really
They're
well.
the triggers on easy. That was a really fast sentinel.
I could still die. Oh no, 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 no. Okay.
Well, you got jumped by all this flood. That was pretty scary. Okay, so this is library, everyone's favorite level.
And
So Maxlew does a nade jump there, and it's going to take this flood, which is a reviver.
oh no. And the pistol guy killed my reviver. That's really unlucky. That happens once every 17 million runs. But that's fine. Not a big time loss. Let's do that again. This time the pistol guy is dead. Nice.
Yep. And we're going to do a trick called flood bumping using this flood. So what happens is when you down a flood, it loses its hitbox, and once it gets revived, and only certain flood can revive, and you can tell if they are a reviver if they go down in 2 shots. And what happens is, depending on where you stand, the flood regains its hitbox and displaces you some amount of units. And so by standing at a certain part of the flood's body, you can clip through doors and stuff. It's pretty cool.
And I didn't get a checkpoint there, so that was actually really scary. If he jumps at you, the lineup just doesn't work half the time, so I got kind of lucky there. And now we just kind of run through this. There's like a billion flood in this level, you just don't want to die. Okay, and I might die. Alright, we're good. Got the
Another
overshield.
important thing to note is when you grab an overshield in this game, you have temporary invincibility as your shield's recharging or charging up.
Alright, we skipped a spawn. Usually there's a ton of flood that spawn here, but we skipped it somehow. I'm not even sure how it works, honestly. And I have overshield, so I'm gonna do carrier bump. If you like stand next to a door when a carrier blows up, it can like bump you through the wall. It's really weird. Nobody knows how it works.
Yeah, it's one of the tricks where if we could make it consistent, it would be a really large time save for the run.
Yeah, it saves like 45 seconds. We'll go for it one time.
Flood activity has caused a failure in a drone control subsystem. I must reset the backup unit. Please continue.
Alright, here we go.
I will rejoin you when I've completed my task.
Don't get hit by that guy. Nade. Oh no! Okay, I can't do it now. A flood jumped right in front of me as I did it, as I threw that nade. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty unlucky.
What a legend.
Yeah, so normally here, if you stand at a specific spot, none of the flood will spawn. So it's pretty cool. And this is a safe 100% consistent strat. However, it's pretty slow compared to getting the bump through the door.
And usually there's like a ton of flood that spawn over here. If we just go this way, we don't have to fight anything, so it's way better. We just skip like 20 rocket flood, so that's always good.
And right here, Maxlew is going to do a nade jump through the door. Normally it takes around 15-20 seconds, I believe, for this door to open. So we just crawl through like the small gap.
Please wait here.
Low on nades, but I'm just gonna risk it and go. Boom, kill those guys. Ow. So this is the easiest part in the level to die. I just have to hope this shotgun guy behind me doesn't wake up. Okay, we're good. And now there's a rocket flood here. And he killed himself, so that's good.
Yeah, this is definitely the hardest part of library right here. It's super easy to die in based off how many flood there are, rocket flood, and especially just all the rest of the flood, and the carriers.
Almost died there. Alright, that's elevator number 2. There's one more after this. Oh, I have one shell, okay. I actually need to get more right now.
Should get the Hellfang ammo, probably.
I would conjecture that the other species
Slightly low on pistol ammo as well.
They seem most persistent in their attempts to access restricted areas.
Yeah, this is
This
probably...
is also another really easy section to die in.
Yeah. I don't have enough nades to like toss, so I just kind of have to shoot everything. Luckily, they all died. Nice.
Yeah, normally right here, it's very easy to die to chain reactions because these guys like to drop grenades, and with the carriers behind them, they like to explode.
I am
Yeah,
a
that was
legend.
really-
I can't even believe it. How am I alive? Okay, well that was lucky. I just bobbed and weaved through like 17 popcorn flood, but we're fine. Now this part's completely RNG, whether you get a reviver or not. So I might have to revert a few times. Yep. So that's first try. You want this guy to fall down so you can flood bump into the door.
Yeah, it's a 40% chance of a flood being a reviver. So normally we like to get it within the first 2 or first 3 tries.
My record is 10 tries.
But sometimes, yeah, it's pretty unlucky.
4th try, that's not bad. That's like acceptable for a run. There's a rocket guy here. Got him. So this was actually found super recently. If you stand on this corner of this like ridge, you despawn all the enemies up ahead. And it didn't work for some reason. That's fine. I can just run through and kill everything. It actually isn't that big of a deal if these guys spawn. It's just a little less annoying. I must have not been like on the ridge far enough or something. Alright, so here I want to delay a checkpoint. This trick was also found like 3 weeks ago. It
Yeah,
skips
this
most...
is the newest trick of the game.
This part's actually kind of weird, hold on.
Yeah, so normally before this part was a bunch of RNG, but this new skip allows us to... Yeah, this new skip allows us to skip past this door, which is 90 seconds long, and it's 100% guaranteed of a trip, rather than relying on RNG to get a reviver here.
And we skipped it all. Teleport. So yeah, that was the single worst part of the entire game before that trick was found, so I'm so glad we found this. I can't even tell you how many runs died to that door. Like, hundreds. But now it's completely consistent, so no big deal. And yeah, it is faster. It's like 10 seconds faster or something.
Yeah, it's faster than checking for a reviver and then reverting and doing the reviver thing. But it's still a little bit slower than getting a reviver and not checking whether or not it is.
Kill the shotgun guy. There we go. There's a needler guy shooting my back, so good die. Looks like we're okay. Okay. One bar.
This is the last door which we have to wait for in the game. And if we get lucky here, this guy's a reviver.
Easy win.
Nice.
So that saves like 30 seconds.
Overall, pretty clean. So that's basically it for library. All that's left is one last nade jump through this door, and then a 63-second cutscene. And then comes the dreaded TB, Two Betrayals.
This actually would have been IL had I not gotten a bad dark door. That's pretty funny. This is a really good library.
You mean if you've gotten carrier bump?
Oh yeah, never mind. Carrier bump's the thing.
Yeah, but that was really clean.
I hate carrier bump. And now we have a minute cutscene.
The energy barrier surrounding the index will
Yeah, so for the next level, the starting area is especially difficult because immediately once the level starts, you're being attacked by 4 sentinels, which is very difficult to get through without taking health damage. So expect some reverts, and especially the next section right after that is really difficult as well.
Master Chief is getting eaten alive during the cutscene, that's why everything is red.
Protocol requires that I
Like
take
he's actually
possession of
being
the
eaten by
index for
popcorn,
transport. Your organic form renders you vulnerable to infection. The index must not fall into the hands of the Flood before we reach the control room and activate the installation. The Flood is spreading. We must hurry.
Alright, so immediately I just want to revert.
Look out!
Build
Look
less
out.
checkpoint, there we go. Now I kill these guys. Now this is a big run killer.
We can't let the monitor activate Halo. We have to stop him. We have to destroy Halo.
This room can get really scary if the
According to
grunt
my
cells target you
analysis
instead
of
of the
the
sentinels.
available data, I believe the best course of action is somewhat risky. An explosion of sufficient size will help destabilize the ring, and
You
will
need to
cut
die.
through a
You
number
need to
of
die.
primary systems.
Okay,
we
good.
need to trigger a detonation on a large scale, however. A starship's fusion reactors going critical would do the job. I'm going to search what's left of the Covenant battlenet and see if I can locate
One
the Pillar of Autumn's
Mississippi,
crash
boom.
site. The
If I did
ship's
that correctly,
fusion
I'll
reactors are
despawn
still
all the
relatively
enemies here
intact,
except for these
we
4.
can use them to destroy Halo.
Whoa, what the?
Oh, that elite went flying. Yeah, so what Maxlew did was he deloaded all the enemies here. The sad thing is, though, you can't complete the level with all the enemies deloaded. so you have to go back to hit the button anyways. Normally this section is extremely difficult to get through without the deload, but with it we can just get this Banshee early and just fly to the first part of the level, the first generator.
Hit that button, everything spawns back in.
I haven't located the crash site yet, but we need to buy some time in case the Monitor or his Sentinels find a way to activate Halo's final weapon without the index. Let's get moving. The nav point marks our target.
So we have to
The
kill
machinery in
3
these
pulses in this
canyons
level?
are Halo's primary firing mechanism.
Or just get pulsed by 3
They
pulses? I
consist
don't even
of
know.
3 phase pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire.
The first and
deep
third one are
into
easy, the
space.
second one is like the scariest thing
power levels
ever.
are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range.
I lose shields when I do this, so I don't want to get shot by a sentinel, or else bad times ahead.
Objective accomplished.
Please don't
The
shoot
pulse
me.
generator has overloaded. Scanning.
Yeah, it's important to have a lot of health for the next section,
So, if we damage or destroy these generators, the Monitor will need
because
to
what
repair them
Maxlew's
before the
gonna
second
do
user
is a
generator is live.
grenade jump,
Buy us some time.
and he's going to
Move out
lose
and I'll
all
mark
his
the target with
shields
the
and
nav
get
point
shot
when we
at
get
a
closer.
lot.
I'm marking the location
So
of
it's
the
a
nearest
very
pulse
difficult
generator with the
section
nav
to
point.
live in
We need
with
to move in
low
and
health.
neutralize the device. Head through that door. That's the way to the next canyon. Wait, we should commandeer one of those Banshees. We'll need it to reach the pulse generator in time.
You want these guys to break the glass, because it makes them all kind of like investigate, and then you can just kind of jump over. Hit this trigger right here, so it spawns these guys. And then these guys spawn in when you pass a certain point, so if you throw the plasmas right there, they just die immediately. And we're good.
So this room right here is filled with enemies, like so many enemies. So we have to take our time to kill as many as we can with aids.
I want to lose this. I really don't want to get hurt here. Okay, that's fine. 2 bars is not the end of the world. I kind of just have to take this bridge like really slow now.
Yep, so here's the first pretty difficult, or pretty interesting part of the level. This first bridge is probably one of the harder parts, because of all the adaptation you have to do to what the enemies are doing, because the spawns are kind of random.
Nice, okay, we're good.
Yep, and that's really nice. So next up is Hell Room, or what's called Hell Room. It's a lot easier than it was before, now that we have specific grenade lineups here.
Throw that nade, pass the trigger, they spawn, and die. So there's a rocket flood here. Oh, he died, okay.
Yeah, your rocket went past the 3.
Oh,
That's why. Oh, that's unlucky.
that's fine. Not a huge time loss. See, this time they don't even know I'm there. They're all dead. Checkpoint. Easy. So this part is, without a doubt, the scariest part of the level. A lot of flood.
It's definitely the hardest portion of the level. Sometimes you can get really good RNG, and sometimes you cannot. That
Oh,
was close. You almost shot yourself.
the Banshee decided to
Oh, yeah.
hit me. So what a nice guy.
Yeah, the Banshee can just ram you, and there's nothing you can really do about it.
5,000 flood on the bridge. No, let's just ram the Chief with the Banshee. Good idea. And this time we
Not to
should get
mention,
back.
like, multiple rocket flood as well. It's just Maxlew insta-killed them by using pretty precise frag and rocket placement.
Two shoddy guys there. They need to die. Whoa.
Oh, that was really close.
Lately, those guys have just killed me every run. Alright, can we get the clip? Can we do it? Can we do it? It all comes down to this.
This clip determines 10 minutes, by the way, obviously.
And we didn't get it.
Oh no, rip.
It only saves a second
Yes,
though,
bad,
so it's fine. No big deal.
Yeah, it saves 2 seconds.
Just do a nade jump right here.
Yeah, this is the hardest nade jump in the game, probably. The movement in CE in particular
Okay,
is pretty
let's take
difficult.
care of the next pulse generator.
This Wraith can troll you a bit. Got past him though. Very nice. And the Ghost is really weird to drive. Like, it's so floaty. There we go. Whatever you do, do not drive over those grunts or they will stick you every time. Hopefully we get a checkpoint. No checkpoint? Okay.
Yeah, right here coming up is also a very difficult section.
I'm getting chased by a Banshee. And I have 1 bar. This is really unlucky. I just have to kind of...
Yeah, that Banshee can sometimes troll you and just keep shooting you for no reason.
So there's 2 ways to do this room. You can either go YOLO or kill everything like really slowly. We're going YOLO.
That did it. The pulse generator
Yeah, this
overloaded.
room
One
is
more to go.
definitely one of the hardest rooms. It's this first try.
Let's
Oh,
go.
nice.
No! What? I can't believe it.
Oh, that's so unlucky.
Welcome to Legendary, where that happens.
That did it.
Okay, I'm gonna try 1 more YOLO because I got shotted in the back, and we're just gonna do it the normal way.
Yeah, doing it the YOLO way saves probably
That
20
did it. The
seconds,
pulse generator
depending on
overloaded.
what
One more
kind
to
of
go.
enemy spawns you.
Well, looks like we're doing it the normal way, so time to just kill everything. Throw some nades. Shoot some rockets. Throw some more nades.
Yeah, the issue about this room in particular is there's that sentinel up top,
That did it.
there's a
The pulse
rocket
generator
flood,
overloaded. One more
and
to
there's a
go.
bunch of shotgun flood. And, like, those enemies in particular are really rough.
That time I just rocketed the guy, and he's gone.
I've located the Pillar of Auto. She put down 1,200 kilometers upspin. Energy readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up. That tunnel leads to the next section of canyon. The final pulse generator we need to destroy is through there.
We want our Banshee to not get hurt here. If we're like red bars, we're kind of in trouble. And usually you would walk through this entire section. It would take like 10 minutes. Instead, we're just gonna take the Banshee through the door. Easy.
Yep, just casually ram your Banshee into the door and you can get it. Yep, and so Maxlew flies on the bridge there to trigger the first wave of enemies. And then he presses the door because there's another wave of enemies that he's going to trigger, and one of them's Rocket Flood. So, the Rocket Flood has a very high potential of killing you if you just hit that trigger before pressing the door.
So you need
Now
to kill...
we're...
Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
So yeah, there's 5 flood here. I think you need to kill 4, right?
You have to kill 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all 5, if you don't kill 5 here, you can't actually spawn anything else, so you can't beat the level. So now that we killed 5, we have to hit these triggers, spawn everything else in, and not get shot like that. No.
Yeah, you're flying awfully low.
YOLO. Alright, we're good. So now we hit this next trigger, and now we can beat the level. That was not the worst CB, that was pretty good. Almost splattered myself, no big deal.
Yep, and that is 2 betrayals, the hardest level of the run. So now comes the shortest level of the run, Keys,
Final target
which we
neutralized.
basically
Let's get out of here.
cheese by using the flood bump.
Chief, don't be a fool. Leave me.
Captain? Captain? I've lost him.
Get this guy to follow us. Usually you'd have to fight like 1,000 flood, go through all these areas. We're just gonna skip everything and call it a day. Line up at the 6th line here. Boom. And there goes like 45 minutes of gameplay into like 30 seconds.
More like 20. This
Yeah.
level is probably one of the shortest levels even casually, as long as you know where to get.
And there's Captain
Now-
Keys.
Yep. So this is just a cutscene. And then after this cutscene, we just exit out of the level, basically, by walking out and getting an
No
abandoned.
human life signs detected. The
That
captain-
is a guaranteed
He's one of
respawning
them.
flood or reviver if you do a certain
We can't let the flood get off
RNG
this ring. You know what he'd
manipulation
expect.
trick. So at the
What he'd
first
want us to
frame,
do.
we're just holding forwards, and we're not doing anything except holding forwards until the flood spawns in. And that guarantees
It's
that
done.
flood to be
I
a
have the
reviver.
code. We
It's
should
different
go.
on different
We need
difficulties.
to get
For
back to the
instance,
Pillar
on
of Autumn.
easy, you
Let's
have
go
to
back to the
melee
shuttle bay and find a
on the
ride.
first frame, and on heroic or something, you have to jump twice.
You want to make sure you kill that shotgun guy. He can just one-shot you immediately. There we go. That's Keys.
And up next is the last level, Maw. It's a pretty cool level overall, and it's also one of the tricky levels.
Perfect. Grab one of the escort banshees and we'll use it to return to the Pillar of Autumn. Looks like another shuttle bay. We should be able to reach the control room from the 3rd level.
Worst level, best level.
I gave you one.
Why not both?
Now pull out.
He's delirious!
It's not too bad.
We need to get to the bridge.
Of course, once
From
I die
there,
like 6
we can
times and
use the
revert to the
captain's
beginning,
neural
I might
implants
say
to
differently, but we'll
initiate
see.
an overload of the ship's fusion engines.
I'm
The
just gonna play it
explosion should
really
damage
safe.
enough systems
Don't want to
below
die.
it to destroy the ring.
Get this shotgun. That helps a lot.
Yeah, the starting part of this level is really difficult
I just realized.
because
Oh,
you can die
We
really
need to get
easily
to, the
to
bridge.
certain
From
things.
there, we can use the
Oh, rip.
captain's
So
neural
I had-
implants
Yeah, your
to
shields
initiate
didn't
an
reach it.
overload of
yeah,
the
I had a
ship's
popcorn
fusion
flood
engines.
eat me from
The
behind
explosion
that
should
I
damage enough systems
had
below it
no
to
idea was
destroy
there.
the ring.
So that's kind of my fault. Alright, we skipped the spawn this time, so I don't even know where that popcorn came from, honestly. Wow. And I had really
We
bad
need to
shotgun
get to the
spread. I
bridge.
was aimed right at him,
From there,
and he didn't
we
die.
can use
That's
the
fine though.
captain's neural implants to initiate an overload of
We're
the
still
ship's
getting that sub
fusion
120,
engines.
no big deal.
The explosion should damage enough systems below it to destroy the ring.
I mean, well, we'll see though. You never know. That death right there was definitely just really unlucky. The first one, kind of my fault.
Whoa, that carry.
There we go. All right, now we kill these guys. Checkpoint, very nice.
Yep, and up here is a trick called Cafe Bump. It's one of the hardest platforming sections of the game, probably. So Max is gonna shoot here to load into textures of the next room by moving to a specific part, and then he's going to do some precise jumps.
That's a
This
good
skips
checkpoint.
going to the bridge and skips a lot of enemies that you would normally have to fight. Very nice skip.
Just walk by these guys, try not to get lasered. Crouch under. Now we have an infinite flutter spawner, I'm pretty sure. We just want to run straight through. Finally, the rocket launcher. One, two, three, dead. And behind me, there's a hunter. Yep, scary.
Yeah, it's important to keep your shields here for the next trick. Got checkpoints. Nice.
Not checkpoint glitched, feels good, man.
Engine room located.
Gonna do a rocket
We're
jump here. Boom.
Alert! The monitor has disabled all command
Yep,
access.
and that
We
takes
can't
away a
restart the
lot
countdown.
of your shields
The
and
only
health,
remaining
so
option is to
it's pretty
detonate the
important
ship's
to
fusion
have
reactors.
enough of it.
That should
And
do
now
enough
Max is
damage
gonna
to
blow up
destroy
these
Halo.
4
Don't worry,
reactors
I have access
very
to all of the
quickly.
reactor schematics and
And this is
procedures.
important because if you don't do it
First,
fast
we need to
enough, a
pull
lot
back
of
the
enemies
exhaust
just
couplers.
start
That
spawning
will expose the
everywhere,
shaft
and it
that leads
becomes
to the
really
primary
difficult,
fusion drive core.
especially with
Step one
sentinels
complete.
appearing.
We have a straight shot into the fusion reactor. We
Oh,
need
wow.
a catalyst explosion to destabilize the magnetic
That's not good, I only have one
field
grenade.
surrounding
I'll have
the
to kill these
fusion
guys now.
cell. Use an explosive.
There we
I
go.
recommend a grenade or rocket. If you run out
If
of
you didn't drop a
explosives,
nade there,
there is an armory station
bad things would
located
happen.
near the engine room's entrance. Analyzing.
Yeah, so this might be close. You
Fusion
might
reactor
see
number
a
one
bunch of
destabilizing.
sentinels coming
Use
soon.
explosives on the other 3 reactors. That should be enough to trigger a wildcat explosion of the engine.
There's the sentinels, and barely
Keep it
made
up.
it
Only
through.
one
Yeah.
more fusion reactor to go.
Yeah, any like 5 seconds longer, it would have been really. Now here's the last combat section. Just kill these elites.
You want to make sure
Jump
to
over.
jump. If you don't
Yes,
jump,
if you don't
yeah.
jump on this
Cortana to Echo
elevator,
419.
you
Come in,
can
Echo
sometimes just
419.
fall straight through,
Roger, Cortana.
where the elevator takes off without you, and you would have to revert.
I've had some very bad experiences with not jumping, so if you ever play this, just jump there.
Yeah, but that only happens if you walk into the elevator before it gets fully down. So now here's the end of the game. It's a couple minutes of Warthog driving.
Analyzing. We have 5 minutes before the fusion drives detonate. We need to evac now. Activating final countdown timer. When it reaches 0, the engines will detonate. The explosion will generate a temperature of almost 100 million degrees. Don't
So yeah, this run has gone
it blows.
actually really good. I might just call quits on the sub 120 and do the Banshee grab. I might as well try it.
What do you guys in chat want? Do you want the 360 or the Banshee grab?
Yeah. We need to vote. 360 Banshee grab? Oh, you have a deal. Let's go.
Oh, visit the grunt too. Okay, we're seeing some 360 Banshee grabs, we're seeing some 360s, and we're seeing some Banshees, so it's pretty mixed. Why not both?
Is there a way to do both? Let me actually think. Hold on. No, there's not.
Just do the Banshee grab, get back into Warthog, and then do the 360.
Good idea, good idea.
And then visit the grunt on the way.
There actually are 2 places the run can still die. I can get chain reacted by a grenade and pretty much get reverted 2 minutes, so that's like the main thing you don't want to happen. It's like really rare though. Alright, here we go. Bow hammer time.
Wait, stop. This is where Fohammer is
Don't
coming
worry,
to
we'll
pick us
come
up.
back.
Hold position here.
So you want to go down here so you hit like a little trigger,
419.
so you can get
She's
this
gone.
checkpoint. Hopefully I get it.
Calculating alternate escape route.
Nice, okay.
Ship's inventory shows 1 longsword
This
fighter
might take a
still
few
docked
tries,
in launch
it's
phase
really,
7.
really
If we
precise.
move now,
like,
we can
super
make it.
precise. Or I can just get it first try. And we have a Banshee. Let's go.
Hey, nice.
Let's kill this guy so we can get the Warthog. There we go.
Yeah.
Banshee grab and 360. The perfect run.
Yeah, but getting the Banshee is quite slow generally, which is why no one goes for it in the run anyways. It's a cool trick though. It's now time to visit Mr. Grunt here.
Almost splattered myself again.
Good thing that food nipple's waiting for me at the starship, 'cause man, if I worked up a big grudgy thirst.
Nice grunt.
And now guess what time it is? 3:60. Let's go.
Chief, up ahead, there's a gap in the trench. At top speed,
Most
we should
important
be able
moment
to
of this
clear it.
entire run. Come on, can we get it? It was like a 340, but I'll accept it.
Nice 360.
Okay, we can actually die right here. We can literally die from a nade. So, don't do it. Not today. Okay, we're good.
That's the ship. Move, we need
Just
to get
wiggle in.
aboard now.
Wiggle in. Come on. No. What's happening? Okay.
Oh,
And time is coming up. 3, 2, 1, and time.
nice.
20:59. Not bad.
We're cutting it close.
Yeah,
120.
2059 or
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was 121.00.
That was
Flat. Tide Silent Wolf, by the
Nice.
way. Nice.
Rip silent.
Nice
Good
grunt.
job.
Alright, so thanks for watching, everybody. GG.
GG's.
Yeah, thanks for doing this. It was a fun run to watch. I'm gonna go ahead and cut to intermission.
Shout out to HaloRuns.com,
Yeah.
by the way.
HaloRuns.com. Alright,
It's like
Someone
for
say Halo
all
Runs.
your Halo speed running needs.
I mean, we do have time for shoutouts and stuff. We're a bit early.
that's pretty much it, I guess.
Okay.
Rip. Alright, thanks guys.
And you got 121
Oh,
exactly.
wait.
Thanks.
Also make sure to stay tuned for Legendary Rob's ODST run. He's
Yeah.
up next. Gonna be a great run as well.
Alright,
Yeah, that should be it.
All right.
that's
yeah,
it.
thank you, Maxlew. Thank you, Kronos, for the commentary. Next up, we got Legendary Rob, and we'll cut to intermission.